I'm the founder and one of the members of the first hour of the Cuisine Sans Frontières. The Cuisine Sans Frontières has a French name because we were orienting ourselves on the Médecins Sans Frontières, so we don't have to explain too many things when we mention the name. In fact, our target or our goal is to be neutral hosts in places on this world where there are no hosts anymore. So that means zones of crisis, zones of war, but we're not working in high-level conflicts. We're working in low-level conflicts or in post-war zones. We're working in industrial zones where the people have lost their possibility to live their life as they lived it before, like for example in oil, in regions where they're drilling for oil and the local population is losing their base. We are also working in prisons. We've been working in prisons. We've been working on borders between Colombia and Ecuador, for example. We've been working in the Colombian war zone where the guerrilla and the paramilitaries were fighting each other. And now, since 3 years in fact, but since 1 year regularly, we're working in refugee places in Switzerland, not in Dadaab or something like that, in Switzerland itself. So our goal, as I already said, is to create and to offer platforms for people to meet, even people who were enemies, so they can sit on the same table. And we think that eating and drinking together is one of the most, is one of the oldest forms of going into a dialogue without fighting. Sharing a meal means much more than cooking or eating or having food. Sharing a meal, it's a traditional form of dialogues and a traditional form of express himself. Even as a host, you can bring in your own things into one of these meetings. This is the basic idea of Cuisine Sans Frontières. Well, the problem or the refugee upcoming in the last years, we always had refugees in Europe and all over the place. There were wars where people were moving away from their places. But now we have a certain problem which is very, very, very preoccupating. Because we're not accepting these people who are joining us in our wealthy and very well-made society. We are not accepting these people in their dignity, because they're coming in the case of Italy, when they cross this terrible way from North Africa to Lampedusa, and many of them are losing their lives. When they're then at the end are on the ground in Italy, they were treated like non-welcomed guests. So there is the police, there is the custom, there are the intelligence officers to check out if there are criminals or if there is something. And nobody really thinks that these are human beings and they're looking for their luck. And looking for your own luck, this is a human right. I mean, everybody has the right to look for luck, to look for a life which is more than just surviving. And sure, some of them are coming out of families which are wealthy somewhere, and these families are giving them money to leave their home and to leave their place, crossing the Sahara in terrible circumstances, and then at the end they come to Lampedusa or to Switzerland. It's the same thing. And nobody receives them. And nobody is aware that these are people which are looking for a better life, and their dignity is not respected. So we thought our thinking was to put into this kind of problems, to put our little sandcorn of whatever I can say, to help out a little bit to change the situation of these people. We thought we have to receive them without thinking about the person, without thinking this might be a criminal, this might be something, a bad person, or this is a poor family with her children. They're all the same. They're just coming to our border. They are visitors at the end. And somewhere in our mind, there should stay a little bit of respect. These are visitors and we have to receive them as we receive visitors. And this table where we serve the food, it's not only a table to serve food, it's a table for the dialogue, to open a dialogue between them. We also offer some little cultural events, some music playing, some games, playing games with the children, and all these things, just to show them, well, you're here now, these are we and who are you? But not in a way that show me your papers. These papers are not right, these papers are falsified or something like that. Just this moment of receiving a host, I think it's a crucial moment in our politics, how we manage these people. So when we start in the beginning, there is a history of hospitality. You have very old Christian rules like bread and salt to receive somebody. You show somebody that you are not my enemy. I can offer you something out of my resources. And these are rituals. I mean, these are rituals, and you open the door for somebody, you give somebody something to eat, and you share the food with him, you share the drink with him. So you will know about him, because you will know if he eats spaghetti or not. You will know if he likes your bread. He will ask you if this meat is sheep or beef, or is it pork, and he's not going to eat it. And we have to aware of this old tradition. And even we have to find out new ways of maintaining this tradition. There was a little meeting about food diplomacy. Okay, sure, if diplomats meet, they think about it. You know, they think, what shall we offer to the Prime Minister of Israel when he comes to Rome? For sure, you will not offer a pork cutlet, you know. So they know it, and they're using these things. But let's use it for more reasons. Let's use it also for the poor ones who are coming. Let's use it to show in a way what we can offer and how we offer it. Do we have a table? Do we have little sticks to eat? Do we have a spoon for the rice, or do we have a fork for the rice? These are all questions which are part of the art of hosting. Do you have music? Do you have dancers? Do you have wine? Do you have alcohol? Do you don't have? All these things, they have a meaning. You have flowers on the table. Don't you have flowers on the table? So on and so on. How are you dressed? How you expect that the people are dressed? How is the room where you meet? Is it decorated or is it armed? Are there policemen in front of it or not? You know? All these things, they're part of the art of being a host, or art of being the art of. It's so easy that it's hard to explain. But certain things are so obviously wrong that we have to correct.